The untold story behind XXXTentacion's Jocelyn Flores. Some songs are created out of haunting memories, shadows of moments that leave marks on the heart. They carry grief, fleeting connections, and truths too raw to speak aloud. Jocelyn Flores is one of those songs, a fragile bond captured in melody, a young life that left a mark, and a storm of sorrow carried in a voice that refused to be silenced. In 2017, X met a girl named Jocelyn, not in the headlines, not under flashing cameras, but through something real. She was 16, navigating a life full of shadows and uncertainty. He saw her not as a name, not as a face on a screen, but as a presence, fragile, yet luminous. They laughed, shared messages, glimpses of each other's lives. Moments small enough to be fleeting, yet heavy enough to leave a mark. He invited her to Florida, not for publicity, not for fame, but to offer her a space where she could feel seen, understood, and valued. Those moments were brief, fragile, but unforgettable. A bond that would leave its mark on both their lives. But some nights unravel in ways no one could predict. That evening was quiet at first, the kind where tension lingers, invisible but sharp. X had only recently been released from jail and was still on probation. Life felt fragile, and every choice carried weight. Jocelyn and another girl were staying with him that night. Both had flown out to Florida after connecting online. He had invited Jocelyn to model for his clothing line, a gesture meant to see her shine, but life rarely goes as planned. When X returned from an errand, he discovered that money he had left in his room, roughly $7,000, was missing. Fingers pointed, trust shattered. Fearing escalation, especially with his legal situation, he made a choice he would never forget. He asked both girls to leave and rescinded the modeling opportunity. Close your eyes and feel it, the soft click of a door, footsteps fading down a dim hallway. The room feels emptier, colder, silent. She walked away with members of his crew, not back home, but to a hotel, the Hampton Inn in Coconut Creek, just before midnight. Hours passed. The world outside kept turning. But behind the locked door of room 232, something inside Jocelyn broke. When hotel staff checked on her the next morning, she was found lifeless in the bathroom. Authorities ruled her death a suicide. It wasn't just tragedy, it was shock, confusion, heartbreak, and regret all tangled together. X later spoke publicly, visibly shaken. He described how he had flown her down, how she showed no signs of what she was carrying inside, and how the loss hit him with a force he never expected. This wasn't a story for headlines, it was a wound. A storm of guilt, helplessness, and unanswered questions. Could he have said something different? Could he have kept her here another night? Could he have seen her pain before it was too late? And from that storm of raw emotion and unanswered agony came Jocelyn Flores, not just a song, but a confession. A heartbeat frozen in sorrow, a testimony to a young life that touched his and slipped away too soon. Every note trembles with confession. You don't just hear the pain, you feel it, as if standing there with him, carrying the weight of a fleeting connection lost too soon. The song transforms grief into art, sorrow into sound, and absence into something tangible. It's more than music. It's a mirror, reflecting fragility, humanity, and the storm one young man carried inside. Jocelyn Flores will never fade. It carries a connection too brief, a life too short, and emotions too raw. Even years later, it whispers to listeners, a reminder that songs can preserve moments, memories, and hearts, long after the people who inspired them are gone. If this story moved you, drop a heart in the comments. Let the world feel the power of a song that touches the soul.